Hi. So I know I haven't really posted anything. I honestly haven't felt led to talk about anything. Um, I felt like what I've made already kind of sums up like what I've been experiencing and what I've been going through. I guess I just wanted to retouch on the whole being a student while going through this COVID life. Um, the semester was honestly a really rough semester for me. And I know it must have been the same for a lot of other students. So going back to like people who think that school right now should be a lot easier than going to school in person or on campus, it's they haven't gone through what we're going through. Um, Personally, during or right before finals week, it was during Thanksgiving break. My dad was admitted to the hospital. Um, he had double pneumonia in his lungs, and he tested positive for COVID. And he couldn't breathe, and he was so out of breath that his heart rate was extremely high. And they considered. I mean, they did multiple things. I don't know what it's called, but it's this machine that blasts oxygen at you at a higher rate than just the oxygen tubes that go like in your nose, um, which didn't help him. He still wasn't retaining enough oxygen, and his heart rate was still out of control. So, as a last resort, they intubated him, um, and they put him on sedatives and a paralytic medicine to help relax his body. And I say it was a last resort. It was a last resort because doctors don't like doing that because generally, once someone gets intubated, they don't come off. So it was very, very likely that my dad was going to die. And I know I'm not the only one who's gone through this. Nurses that my mom is friends with, they reached out to her and said that they know someone who knows someone, they've heard of someone who went through the exact same thing, and they all died. I mean, we're talking people younger than my dad, people older than my dad. Um, so I know I'm not the only student who went through this because obviously it's not a unique case. I guess I don't know. I don't know how to say that. And it's been 2 weeks, or it was 2 weeks that my dad was intubated. Yeah, he honestly is just like he's a miracle because he recovered. He's talking. He's breathing on his own. He's starting to regain movement in his arms and legs. And people who do recover from being intubated do not recover as fast as my dad has. And so it really is a miracle um, how he is now. Um, but just going through that as a student, I mean, I had to email the professor that I worked under as a TA, my professors, the director of the program, the person in charge of all the TA assignments, the partner that I was working with on a research project for a final in the class. Um, I just told them like I know that there's only a week left of school. Like my dad is literally about to die, and I cannot finish. And luckily, in my case, um, everyone was extremely understanding and very supportive and very caring. Um, they basically wrote back saying, please take all the time that you need. Of course, family and health is the most important thing right now. One professor gave me an automatic A because I held that grade all semester. The other professor, I'm working on a final report that I had to present with a partner, and he said that he would give me the grade of incomplete, which basically just gives me more time to finish it. Um, I basically have up to a whole year, but I'm not, I plan on finishing it before Christmas. Um, he gave me an incomplete, and he said, please take the time that you need, be with your father, be with your family. And it was they got a different TA to finish the last teaching, the last class that needed to be taught. I finished all of the grading and I finished the grades, but I really could not sit in front of my students and teach calculus while my dad was laying in a hospital bed. Um, and everyone was just, like I said, extremely understanding, and it was amazing. But not all schools are like that. I mean, I have another friend who's also in grad school, and her grandpa just died, I think a few weeks ago. And she reached out to her professors asking for extra time on assignments. And they did help her, but not to the same extent that my school did. And that's just, I mean, it's horrible because my dad thankfully did not die. He's recovered so well. But her grandpa did die, and she wasn't given she wasn't given the care and the support that she needed during that time. And people just don't realize that people, a lot of students are having to deal with their own sickness and deaths in their own family, and while having to juggle their schoolwork. And it's not easy. Sorry, it's not easy, and it's honestly just really heartbreaking. And even next semester, when my dad comes home, hopefully in about a week, he's going to need extensive care. Usually, if patients make it out of intubation, they've usually been under longer than 2 weeks. Luckily, my dad, he got extubated really fast. But so usually when people come out of intubation, they have to go to a rehabilitation center to like regain muscle memory, their strength, learn how to walk again, learn how to feed themselves, go to the bathroom by themselves. They have to learn everything again. I mean, my dad has a great deal of muscle atrophy right now, and he, like I said, he was only under for 2 weeks. But my mom refuses to let him go to a facility like that because, of course, it's filled with other patients who have COVID. And he had pneumonia. His lungs, his immune system is very weak, and he can get sick again very easily. So my mom has made the arrangements to bring him back home so she can care for him. And he's a big guy. I know she can't do that by herself, so I plan to stay with my mom for at least a month taking care of him. So that's a thing that I'll have to deal with next semester. I'll have to not be at home in the comfort of my own home, not having my own desk, my own office as I usually do. I won't have Charlie, my support. He won't be there. I'll have to learn at the kitchen table, just totally out of my comfort zone. Well, I'm starting my research. I have to teach again. It's all gonna be here while I'm taking care of my dad. And like I said, it's not easy. This isn't the life that students imagined. This isn't the conditions that we signed up for, that no one signed up for. I mean, look at my mom. My mom has been off of work for almost 3 weeks. I'm sorry, no, almost 3 weeks, probably almost 4 weeks, and then she'll be off even longer taking care of my dad. So it's just like when people say that, well, your home school should be easier. It's not like that. It's so complex. It's different for everyone. It's not. So I wanted to put this out there. Um, I guess because I just wanted to share. Um, yeah, thanks for watching.